We gave 4 parties in New York before I went in the Air Force. By the time we gave the 4th party, Kevin Holmes and I started drifting because he started catering to the people who own the Stardust Ballroom. They started, well, what you need this guy for? Why don't you go solo and give parties without him? Breaking up me and Kevin's friendship and what we had started ourselves. You see, me and Kevin, we said, we're gonna give parties. After we gave that first party, the Battle of the Microphones, we gave 3 more parties after that. One of them was in the Savoy Manor. Remember Savoy Manor,
Yeah.
post office?
Yeah.
Okay, right before you go across the bridge on 49th Street with Grand Concourse, the Savoy Manor was right there. It's not there anymore. It was right there going up the hill. Okay, that was our last party, me and Kevin Holmes. But he started letting them Italians up there on Boston Road who ran the Stardust Ballroom, he started letting them persuade him. And I noticed he started doing little things. They were drawing up flyers and stuff. I saw a flyer that they had drew up that didn't include me. I mean, hey bro, what's this, man? I thought we was partners. Oh no, I got something working. I'm working on something with them. Oh, you just gonna so typical, you know, once you start making it, you can't stay together. Like a singing group or comic act or or whatever, you know. My mother and father, when my mother used to sing with my father, when she started doing that, they couldn't get along anymore. So I heard. I was 2 years old when they divorced. So, you know, I was never around for that.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was me and Kevin. I got a flyer somewhere. I'm gonna make sure it's in my drama house. I'm gonna make sure I put it in my book bag so the next time I see you come through.
For sure.
Show you the flyer of 1979, April 21st. And we put up $1,000 on Facebook for somebody to find a flyer or battle rap party before that date.
Wow.
Before that date. If you can find, you know, show us a flyer.
That was before Busy B and Kumo D and all that.
Before Busy B, I took his girl. Busy B Starsky was his name because there was 2 Starskys at one time.
Right.
Starsky and Busy B Starsky. Well, Starsky was older than Busy B anyway, and Busy B, he was a sucker. But he had a girl named Tammy. Now Tammy always liked me, but Tammy was fat. Okay. But she had hourglass. She had the tiniest waist, biggest chest, and she always dressed like immaculate every day. My mother loved her. We lived on the first floor. Tammy lived in this building. Tammy lived in 1020, and Fat Joe lived in 1000.
Fat Joe. Okay.
Fat Joe lived
He's from the Bronx.
Right.
Yeah.
Right there. Tammy
Joey
right
Crack.
there.
Yeah.
I lived in 735. So, you know, but Fat Joe was a little kid.
Right. He would have been way younger.
Yeah, he was way younger than me. I'm 61. Fat Joe probably didn't born 45.
Right.
Years old, something like that. But I knew his family, I knew his mother, Pun. I knew all the Pun. He would never sit out there on the bench in the project because he was this damn big.
Always big.
But yeah, for the most part. But he got bigger as he got older and got sick and shit. But Tammy used to go with Busy B. And Busy B was from another neighborhood. And he used to think he could rap. And he used to always walk through our project. Yeah, what's up? Like he was like, we just wanted to fuck him up. We just hated him. But Tammy was liking me before him and her started going out. And once I saw she was going with him and I didn't like him, I started pushing back up on Tammy. So I ended up taking Tammy from him and we never got along. So now, I watched him at the BE, one of the Source Awards. He did something with the remaining guys of Grandmaster Flash. He filled in for Cowboy.
The Source Awards or VH1?
Well, one of them awards.
Yeah, probably VH1.
Right, but he had the dreads there.
Yeah.
He filled in for Cowboy because Cowboy, passed away. And when he filled in for him, I said he was whack. My boy called me, and my boy Al called me and said, yo man, you see Busy B? I said, yeah, he was whack, and he was whack. And because any of us we could have ate him any day of the week. But Busy B, I took his girl, I pushed up on Tammy, and I just knocked him out the box. That I was a project brother, you know. They weren't coming through the project acting like that. We had all the drug dealers, we had the dudes who would put up money for us to play basketball on the court.
Right.
I lived in front of the blue courts across from Morris High School on Boston Road. So I lived in front of the blue courts. I played ball in high school. We were state champs in 11th grade. We lost the state in the 12th grade, but we won the city. So I had a lot, and I went to all-female high school, but they just made co-ed, Norman Thomas.
Okay.
33rd Street and Park Avenue.
Wow.
That was my high school. 7,000 students and 100 boys.
Wow.
100 boys. I'm in high school, fresh every day.
And who all was there?
Uh,
Who all was there, like from hip hop?
Kumo D was in the 10th grade when I was in the 12th grade.
Oh, okay.
Dougie Fresh wasn't out yet. LL Cool J he did the movie Crush Groove,
But he was from Queens.
but he was from Queens.
Yeah.
Only, let me tell you,
At the school he went there?
me and Kumo D went to the same high school.
Okay.
He was in 10th grade, I was in 12th grade.
Yeah.
He had jeans painted down the side with all the paint, Kumo D. They used to let us play music in the lunchroom. We used to DJ in our lunchroom, our lunch period. So we on the mic and shit. He could come in our lunch period. We in 12th grade. I gotta get on the mic. Get out of here, kid. You do it on your lunch period. You ain't with us, you know. So when he got famous, he ran into a dude, a mutual friend named Jeff. He said, I wish I could see that Ronnie B. I'd say to him, how you like me now? Right? So Jeff told me that.
He ain't want to battle LL, he wanted to battle you.
Yeah, he wanted to battle me. Now, he was nice in battles. He ate a lot of niggas. He ate a lot of people. He ate a lot of brothers. He ate a lot of brothers. Okay, Kumo D was nice with the battles. Because he ate Busy Beat. When Busy Beat was doing that, ball, diggy.
Right.
Kumo D says, excuse me, Busy Beat, for being so bold, but that ball bullshit is old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay, that was in New York. That was at Harlem World. They took a Woolworths. They took a 2-story Woolworths, like on 116th Street, and turned it into a club called Harlem World.
Yep.
2 stories, big ass. Well, we used to go in there, and now Dougie Fresh and all them dudes, Alpo, the drug dealer, all them, they were like just coming up. They were just coming up. There wasn't no crack then.
Right.
There wasn't none of that. I went to Air Force from 80 to 86. When I came out of Air Force in 86, crack was running rampant in New York.
Absolutely.
I lived on Ho Avenue up by 174th Street. Okay, I lived on 173rd, right off Boston Road. And I got out the Air Force, I got a brand new project apartment right there they had just built up. I called 250 Broadway and I got through, and I was lucky because nobody ever gets through. And the lady just happened to pick up the phone, and I got all my words. I said, I'm a veteran, I just came home from the Air Force, and I'm married. And the lady said, well, I'm going to send you an application for these apartments that I know you could get into.
Wow.
And she sent me an application, and so I got an apartment on 173rd and Ho Avenue. And me and my wife, and I had 3 kids at that time. We lived there from 86 to 96 when I moved here.
Got it. And so when and how did, do you remember the first time you met Kool Herc?
Kool Herc and I were friends. It's like, I can't remember when I didn't, because I always knew him.
Uh-huh.
I always knew him.
Wow.
I always knew Kool Herc because he lived on Cedric Avenue. He was the first one to be tough enough and not scared enough to bring his music outside.
Right.
Without anybody
Plug it
trying
in.
to take it.
Right.
So the first time he brought music outside, the second time I was there. Because I had friends who lived in his building. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she lived in the building next to her. She said, oh, they be bringing music out around here. So I went up there to see Herc. He got rope around him. It was Cool DJ Herc and Coke La Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And Coke La Rock was his partner.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's where T La Rock came after Coke La Rock.
Okay, and then there was the B-Boys. The B-Boys was Sasa, Clark Kent, the Twins, James Bond. I was in there. I was in that group. There was about 10 of us. Trixie. All of us could eat that dude. You ever watch the Ellen DeGeneres show? You ever watch Ellen DeGeneres show? You ever see Twitch? Her dancer?
Twitch, yeah. Her DJ.
All of us in our day could have ate him for breakfast.
Right.
Easily.
Right.
Easily, because breakdancing started first. Breakdancing was before hip hop.
Right.
See, we were breakdancing off of the
break beats. Yeah.
Break beats of the songs. Like I tell you, your boy who was doing the class, he need to talk to me. I don't need to talk to him.
Yeah.
He need to talk to me.
Right.
Because I can give him specifics. I can tell him what the park smelled like, who got shot where over here. Okay.
Wow.
I could tell him all that. I could tell him some intimate stuff that I could prove, because I got friends Matter of fact, one of my friends, Rose Bailey, girl, me and Rose Bailey was talking the other day about when Keith Cowboy said, Kokomo going in the army tomorrow. Kokomo going in the army tomorrow. He going to basic training. He gonna be marching, hub, 2, 3, 4, hip hop, hip hop. That's how hip hop got its phrase.
Wow.
I was right there. And me and Rose was talking on the phone. I said, Rose, did you see Melly Mel talking on Facebook about? He said, yeah, Deron, I saw that shit. We was there. Yeah, we was there. We was right next to Melly Mel. We was right next to Keith Cowboy. We was right next to Flash. We was had the headphones on, Kango, and he was scratching moves. That's where all this here shit come from. It's all come from New York. I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nobody. There ain't 10 people. There ain't 10 people that could tell me more about the origin of breakdancing and hip hop.
Right.
Because I woke up to it every day. They used to plug. They used to knock on my door. When we moved to the projects, I was 15. We lived on the first floor. 735. I told you the girl Tammy lived over there, Fat Joe lived over there. They used to knock on my door, yo man, can we plug this in? Can we plug this in your window? Because I started it. The first time I brought my crew onto the basketball courts, I used the electricity from my apartment. I lived on the first floor.
Yeah.
My mother was somewhere in California. My father, the man who raised me, he worked in New Jersey. He took the PATH train to work. So he got home 8, 9 o'clock every night. So, me and my sister ran the crib. I ran that extension cord in my mother's father's room. I plugged it in. Cause out there jamming, hundreds of people. My father come around the grass. He wouldn't know how to see him come in. He wouldn't know how, man, what's this plug? He pulled the shit out. All the I was running in the house, Johnny, what you doing, man? What you do? You unplugged? He said, man, what's this shit going in the window? I said, that's to the music outside. He said, why is it plugged in my house? I said, because that's my music, that's my people. He stopped, he said, that's your people? All them people out there is because of you? I said, yeah, that's my equipment. He said, oh, really? All right, we'll put it back in. So I plugged it back in. He come outside, he tried to sell ices. He tried to.
Oh my God!
My father he was a nut like that. Come on, let's shoot some dice. He was one of them dudes. So so ever since then, I had no problem. I could always do music out, and of course there was the shootouts. There was the little girl got molested. We had those were indoors.
Right.
Because Flash had some raunchy parties. We had some ugly times. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the parties weren't nice.
Yeah.
Some of them ended up with bad fights. I had to jump over Peanut's body. Peanut was the leader of the Casanova crew. Casanova, all over, Casanova. Casanova crew was a gang. Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation.
Absolutely.
That was a gang.
Absolutely.
That was a gang.
Right.
You'd be scared to walk past if they were sitting on the bench and there's 20, 30 of them. You coming down the block with your girl, you say, oh shit. They sitting outside. You don't know what they gonna say. You don't know what they gonna do. You don't know if they gonna say something to your girl. You don't know what. But you already started that motion.
No turning back. No turning back.
Now, my wife's mother lived in the building that Bam lived in. 1440 Bronx River.
Right.
My wife's mother lived in the same building. My cousins lived on the 8th floor. They were basketball players for Monroe High School. 2 tall, my cousins, Tucker and Tom. 2 brothers. So I had them on the 8th floor. I said, if I can make it to the 8th floor, we got to run past these motherfuckers, I'm good. Because my cousins were big and they was well respected. But we walked past them, but they didn't give us no beef. But gangs, those kinds of gangs were heavy back then. We didn't have Bloods and Crips. Right.
Bloods
and Crips is in New York now, but they wouldn't have survived the day back then.
Right.
We had like the Black Spades,
Zulu,
Black Pearls.
Mau. Yeah.
Africa Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. When you go to his parties, you would cross the bridge. His parties never had air conditioning. So you always wore something loose. And always had cab fare because when you come out, you're gonna be sweaty, and to walk back to your hood or take the bus or train, you're gonna get cold because your clothes are wet.
Right.
So you always have to have cab fare when you go to Africa Bambaataa parties because it's either gonna be that or you're gonna have to get in the cab real quick because they shooting. That did happen a lot. And yes, shooting, you know, did happen a lot back then as well. Joe Kidd killed Peanut, the leader of the Casanova crew, at a flash party. I was there. 11:45, we were just getting ready to light up a joint. We were not selling it. My boy Phil was selling loose joints. And he was cool, man, sparkling up. He pulled out the joint. It was 11:45, he lit that joint. We were stuck inside the gym. The only way out was the front door where they were shooting at. We couldn't get out until the shooting stopped. And by the time the shooting stopped, the cops were there. And there's everybody, run. So everybody started running out. And the dude's dead body was right there. We had to jump over his body. Once we got out the door and out to the street, we had to jump over Peanut's dead body. I stopped and looked down at him. I said, oh shit. And he was dead. He looked like he was placed there.
Wow.
So peacefully, so calm. And 3 gunshots in him. Now, dude who killed him, going with my sister, Jackie.
Wow.
Jackie's the one who killed him.
Wow.